Good morning, everyone. It is currently 9:24 in the morning here, and we have 3 eggs. Each egg has pipped, external pip. The pip is the first, single hole that they make in the egg. Oh, guys, did you see that? Hang on, let me turn the light on. I don't know if you guys just saw that, but we did just have that one egg. He just made another little hole, and I'm just freaking out. This is so exciting. So the egg right here, this one should hatch within probably the next, I don't know, half an hour. He's like really working on it. This one, unfortunately, has, oh my God, did you see that? Oh, it's so cute. I feel like it still looks really dark on the camera, but it's not dark. It's not dark for me, but I can open this. Oh, this sweet baby, it's so cute. It's like literally like I can almost see part of it right now, which is just, okay, it's happening. It's happening. I'm freaking out. I'm like a mother right now. I'm just gonna lose it. I am actively working on getting you guys better lighting so you can really see it. But that guy is just getting ready to hatch, like very soon, guys, very soon. Okay, that should be better. Guys, I'm gonna freak out. I can't, I'm so excited. I'm so glad I turned this live stream on in time. Okay, we see some black feathers, it looks like. Could be brown. Wow, I should record this on this phone too. Sorry if you guys see my phone in the way. But this is just so awesome, I can't help myself. Of course, the dog starts barking now. Little baby is doing it. I'm so proud. So what this little duckling just did was called a zip. It pecked a hole around to kind of form a cap so it could push out of the egg, and now it's starting to push out of the egg. I can't believe we're all witnessing this together. Like this is awesome. Oh, a little wing. Oh, there's some yellow on the wing. This might be a pied duckling. For any of you that remember Duncan was also a pied duck. Oh, it's happening. Little wing. Little baby is trying so hard to get out. Hi, baby. You can do it. It's working so hard. The little wing is just too cute. Like, I can't. Now that I think of it, I think this is Toast's baby. If you hear a shutter click, that's just me taking pictures. Oh, it's so cute! Oh my goodness. Sweet little baby. I'm in love. It yawned. I know you guys don't have like the best angle right there to actually see it yawn, but there it is. It's pretty much halfway out now. She's going. She's gonna get out. You got this, little one. It's moving its little sibling, which is good, by the way. They encourage their friends to hatch when they, you know, make them move and quack at them. I'm gonna see if I can angle my phone a little better so you guys can kind of see this sweet little baby move, so don't mind me. I think that will be better, and I'll make it a little higher. By the way, I am loving all of the name ideas we're getting. Gosh, it's just so cute. It's peeping. It's like, hello, brothers and sisters. Please hatch. You're working so hard, baby. I have a duck named Bubbles, for those of you that don't know. Bubbles is one of our little brown ducks. So I think this one is one of Toast's ducklings, but I'm not 100% sure. There it is, out of the shell. Oh, so cute. The sponges are in there to raise its humidity. Oh, it's adorable. That is the cutest thing I have ever seen in my whole life. Welcome to the world, baby. They're so cute when they like wobble around because they don't know how to like function. So now that this little duckling hatched, it's probably gonna wobble around for a bit, do some exploring, stretch its legs, but then it's gonna take a long nap because hatching is very hard work. So if you just see it chilling in there, that would be why. So someone asked what I'm gonna do with the shell. It's really disgusting, to be honest with you. So it will be going in the trash or outside. So how much time is it gonna take before I can introduce these ducklings to the adults? So it takes about a month to 2 months, somewhere in between there, for them to be fully grown and grow their flight feathers. Luckily, it's not mating season right now, so introducing them will be a lot more simple than compared to if it were mating season. So probably like mid-September, they will go out with their buddies. And yes, the running water in the background is my fish tank. I don't really understand why the lighting is so bad for you guys on there. Like, I can see this duckling perfectly clear, but like on camera, it just looks like a black blob to me. To be fair, I am using my older phone, but I don't know. So the middle egg has just like one singular pip, which is like right here. Unfortunately, that one has pipped on the wrong side of the egg, so that might be a problem, but personally, I like to not intervene as much as I can, so hopefully with the other ducklings hatching and moving things around, it will end up figuring things out on its own. And then this egg over here actually has about 2 or 3 little pecks in it. So it's definitely not at the point that this other one was at yet, but it will get there, hopefully soon. Thank you so much to Jervy for sending the gift. I really appreciate that. I'm just so excited about this. This is a very great moment, and I'm glad we all got to watch it together. So none of these are Sugar's eggs. Sugar actually stopped laying eggs by the time that I put these guys in the incubator. So once they pip, they usually take about 24 hours before they start to zip. So the pip is the first like one crack in the eggshell, and that happened yesterday morning. And then this morning, this one started to zip, which is when they start making pecks in a circular formation around the end of the egg so that they can pop the cap of the egg off. And then once they start zipping, it really only takes them like less than an hour to actually fully pop out of the egg. So I can't say exactly when this next one is gonna hatch, but I can totally leave this live stream on and just like, you know, keep an eye on it. I don't know if I said this already, but I feel like this duck is gonna look like donut when it grows up. It'll be easier to tell when it like gets all fluffy and cute, but it looks like it's donut's coloration, if you ask me. How much was the incubator? So I bought this like literally so last minute. I was just like, okay, I need to put duck eggs in the incubator today. Literally went out and bought it, set it for a few hours, and then put the duck eggs in. So I think it was $220. A tractor supply after tax. They were a lot cheaper last year and they would go on sale, but I think the regular price now is like $180, I think. So this is a Nurture Right 360 incubator. I love this one. It's really great for call ducks. It also has an automatic egg turner, which you can't see right now because I had to take it out when they start hatching. But I really like this one, but the egg turner doesn't really work for super big eggs like regular sized duck eggs because they just don't fit. But if you're turning the eggs by hand, this would work great. It's so cute, and it's bothering its poor sibling, which, I mean, is good because, you know, it's encouraging them to hatch, but I feel bad for the little guy getting rolled around. This little cutie's just coming over to say hi to all of you. I wouldn't say the baby's in distress, but like essentially when you hatch out of an egg, life is a little confusing. You've spent your whole life in an eggshell, and now there's an entire world to look at. It's kind of confusing. It probably thinks I'm its mother, but it's just gonna chill in there for a while. I can't open the incubator until every egg has hatched, because if I were to open it right now, all of the humidity would escape, and then essentially the membrane in the eggshell would kind of shrink wrap the ducklings that are in the process of hatching, and that would be very bad. So we definitely don't want that to happen, which is why we're just gonna leave them all in here until they all hatch. As I said, the one in the middle, not too sure about, don't 100% know if it's gonna hatch, but the one on the left is doing pretty good so far. And now that its little friend is helping it out, oh my goodness, that was quite the jump right there. If it moves that egg around enough, you'll be able to see the front end of that one hatching too. I believe this is Toast's baby, but I can't be 100% sure. Unfortunately, ducks do not recognize their children once they get older. Even if Toast had raised this baby herself, she wouldn't know. Like, Munchkin has no idea that Donut is her daughter, unfortunately. I wish they knew, but they don't. Oh, spread those little wings. It's so cute. Thank you, Rich Mitch. And yes, happy birthday to this cute little duckling. He's just gonna roll his friends around. Now that he kind of rolled it, you can sort of see the little cracks in that egg. So cute. The chirping is adorable. I guess I should tell Duck Dad that our child was just born. Avocado and Toast. So I actually have a duck whose name is Avocado Toast, but I mostly just call her Toast. All right, I'm taking a picture of it so I can tell Duck Dad, because my bad, I forgot to tell him. Oh, baby. Thank you so much, McBridger. Yes, we are definitely getting pretty close to 750,000 subscribers. I think we're at 730,000 right now, which is so crazy because, like, I did not think, I don't know, I started this page in 2017, never thought we would be here. But now we're all together watching baby ducks hatch, which is so fun. Someone asked how many times out of the year do ducks mate? So ducks actually mate like 9 months out of the year. And since these are domestic ducks, my ducks lay eggs pretty much from the end of February to the end of July. So they actually just stopped laying eggs like maybe a week ago. You just roll your little egg around, buddy. Do ducks imprint? Yes, they do. If I hatched every single egg that my ducks laid, it would be like probably between 300 and 600. I mean, they lay between 50 and 100 eggs a year each. So I don't know exactly how many, because like some of them are older, so they lay closer to 50, whereas like avocado toast probably laid about 100 eggs this year. And I also just want to say thank you so much to Cooper Duran. Thank you guys just for being here. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for supporting the Dunkin' Ducks YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you're all here to watch this. I'm just so excited. Like, when I felt so bad because I kept talking so much when he was hatching. Oh my God, get your eye off the side of the incubator, dude. That kind of freaked me out. I know you're only a day old, but you need to learn how to close your eye before you touch it stuff. Thank you so much, Cupcake. I'm gonna try and move this light again. I feel like you should get a better like view of this duckling, and it's not happening. Someone asked how old is Sugar? I think she's 3, but her birthday is coming up soon. I think I know I got her in the fall, but I don't know the exact date, to be honest with you. Okay. I just got myself real confused there because the middle egg and the egg that this one hatched from are like in switched places, and I was like, wait, I didn't think that one started cracking yet. My bad. love seeing them wiggle. I love hearing them too. Like once I started hearing the first duckling, I was like, oh my goodness, I need to get the live stream on immediately because this baby is gonna hatch. Somebody asked, how long do they have to stay in the incubator after hatching? So they don't have to stay for like a certain amount of time. Like they just have to stay until they're fluffed up. However, I can't open the incubator until the other 2 eggs hatch, because if I do, the eggshell membrane will essentially shrink wrap the other eggs because the humidity is going to be released, and we definitely don't want that. So we wait until all the eggs hatch and then we let them out. But they can actually stay inside of the incubator with no food or water for up to 3 days, which is actually because when they hatch, like after they make that first initial pip, they start absorbing their blood and they start absorbing the yolk, and they can survive off of all the nutrients from the egg yolk for 3 days. Oh, okay, the other egg is starting. Okay, guys, it's happening. Did you see that, or was it just me? Because that egg, the duckling just poked its little beak right there. Okay, that one might start zipping soon, which would be really exciting if it did happen. I'm just saying. Okay, I feel like a crazy person because I get so excited about these things, but like, I just love it. It's like the miracle of life, and I'm obsessed, and it's so cute. It's literally so cute. And I was so worried about these babies too, because I like the humidity in the incubator to be really, really, really high. And the hydrometer on this incubator broke. Like, I don't know, 4 days ago. It just like has an error code. And so I had to buy another hydrometer, which is that thing you see right there. And I really like it to be at like 80% for hatching call duck eggs, and it's only at 71. But I mean, a lot of people only raise it to like 65 or even 55 when they hatch duck eggs. So like I knew it would be fine, but I just like prefer it to be at 80. So I was kind of freaking out, to be honest. She's wiggling. Can you guys see the egg wiggle? Probably. I don't know. I want this one to get fluffy. They're so much cuter when they're fluffy. No offense. Like, I love it. It's very cute right now. But it's much cuter when they get fluffy. But this is like an amazing example of how ducklings help each other hatch. Like the first one, you know, hatched completely on its own. And then now it went around, it started chirping, it started wiggling the other eggs. And now this one's like, oh, hey, I should come out of this egg too. How much do I spend on my ducks monthly? So I made a video last year that was like titled, how much I spend on my ducks in a year. And I feel so silly, but I can't remember if it was $2,300 or $3,200. But that was how much I spent for the year. And then, you know, divide that up by 12. So probably, yeah, I'm not so good at math, but I think it was $2,300. But that sounds kind of low, so maybe it was $3,200. I'm so sorry, but I really don't remember. But yeah, this egg keeps wiggling, and that is so exciting. I am living for this moment. How many ducks in total do I have? So I have 8 adult ducks, and then obviously there's 2 eggs in the incubator plus 1 duckling. And then what you guys don't know is that I actually have another incubator like 4 feet to the left, which has 4 more eggs in it, because I got really nervous when I put 7 eggs in the incubator, but only 3 of them were fertilized. So I was like, oh my goodness, like, what if, like, one of them doesn't hatch? What if 2 of them don't hatch? Then I just have 1 baby duck, and, like, I don't know what, like, that would be bad. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put more duck eggs in. But since they're at different days of development, I had to put 2 different incubators. So Maybe 4 days from now, I think it'll be Saturday, I'll have another live going up, but I'm not completely sure. How do I know if the eggs are fertilized? So once they've been in the incubator for about 4 days, they'll start to develop veins and little electrical impulses of what later turns into their heart. And so you can see that when you shine the egg up to a flashlight, you'll see like little red spots. But if you're like just eating an egg and you want to know if it's fertilized, there's like every egg has one little white spot on it. I can't remember what the little white spot is called, but if the white spot has like a bullseye appearance around it, that means that the egg is fertilized. People eat fertilized eggs all the time. They just have no idea that they do. But that's just reality. Also, that egg right there just wiggled on its own. I'm nervous about that one because I know it's hatching on the wrong end. They're supposed to hatch out of the fat end of the egg, but that one pipped on the skinny end of the egg. Someone asked what I'm going to do with the ducklings that turn out to be males. So they will be rehomed to bachelor flocks, which I actually have several friends even on here that keep bachelor flocks. So you can always like look into bachelor flocks. I highly encourage keeping bachelor flocks actually, because then you never have to deal with problems like egg binding or anything like that, which are certainly not fun to deal with. So if anyone's ever thinking about raising duck eggs, I would absolutely consider, or raising ducks, I would definitely consider just having a male flock, as long as you're not concerned about eggs. Unfortunately for me, I already have females, so now I have to keep a proper ratio of males to females. Can't really go back from here, but yeah, bachelor flocks do exist, and especially with call ducks, because they're so fun and, you know, they don't eat as much as full-size ducks. I'm surprised this little duckling hasn't gone to sleep yet. Okay, guys, did you see that? It just pecked the egg over there. So, I'm willing to say that that egg is going to hatch, I don't know, I give it maybe a half an hour. Like, it's definitely happening. Oh, look at that. See, for me, like, I'm watching, like, on the screen, and your chats are right over where the egg is, like, breaking, so I'm like, can you guys see that? Hopefully you can see it on your screen, but it's so cute. I can't believe this is all happening so quickly. I am more than happy to answer questions from you. I don't answer them all the time because I get distracted easily and I'm paying attention to the ducks and I'm taking pictures of the ducks and I'm filming videos of the ducks so I can post it later. But I try to answer your questions. I love talking about ducks, so it's nice to talk to people about ducks. It's wiggling so much. I don't know what I'm gonna name them yet. I feel like I'm gonna wait and like see their little personalities a little bit before I like completely come up with names, but I'll definitely have a post where I ask for name ideas too. I'll put that on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok because I want all of the name ideas. Fun fact, it's also really hard to get pictures of duck eggs in an incubator because this thing is like round and it's kind of like taking pictures through a fish tank. It's like, makes it blurry. But I want good pictures so I can like post them and talk about like every stage of hatching. Kit Kat is definitely a cute name. I was actually thinking the other day, if I ever get any more East Indy ducks, which is the kind of duck that Raven is, I think I might just give them all like bird names, like Robin or Hawk or something. Like give her a bird theme, because the rest of my ducks are kind of like Dunkin' Donuts / like breakfast food themed. So these guys are going to be brooded in the house until they're fully feathered, and then they're going to go out with the adult ducks. Is it hard to raise domestic ducks? I mean, some parts of it are definitely hard, like it's raising livestock, you know, but it's definitely worth it to me. But I will note the most difficult thing for most people is probably how messy they are. Like, ducks make everything into a literal mud hole. It's kind of gross, to be honest. You're chirping so much, baby. It's like, hello, sibling, please come out now. She or he is working on it. You don't have to rush your siblings. I mean, it is kind of what ducks do, but... I wonder how confused the duckling that's in the eggshell probably is right now, just being like rolled around by its sibling. Yeah, just keep rolling your friend around, buddy. That's how you make friends at 1 day old. You roll them around. Apparently. So somebody asked if all of these like other ducklings will end up going to Dunkin' Donuts to drink ice water. So they can't go until they're fully feathered because they can't regulate their body temperature until then. But I also only take them out if they enjoy like car rides and stuff. Like Munchkin absolutely loves to go out and do stuff. If I put most of my other ducks in the car, they freak out. So I wouldn't bring them. But we'll have to see how these ones grow up to be. So I believe the duckling that hatched is one of Toast's babies, but I can't be 100% sure. Pretty sure Maple is the dad here because Maple is the one that always makes ducklings that are donut colored. This little baby is rocking so much. Toast Jr. That little guy is definitely making some progress as far as picking at the eggshell goes. And I just dropped my phone. So, okay, I absolutely love the name Bagel. Like, I'm obsessed with it. There's a girl on TikTok who hatched a duck egg and named it Bagel, and I've just been obsessed ever since then. She obviously she doesn't have her duck Bagel anymore. He went to a wildlife rehab, but like I love that name. I also love the name Pancake, but I'm only naming a duck Pancake if it looks like pancake colored. Like if it's brown like donut, that's a burnt pancake, so I'm not calling that one Pancake. But like a light brown tannish colored duck, that will be Pancake. Which when I had ordered ducklings, I had ordered one that was going to be tan, but obviously they never came. So we don't have our Pancake yet. What will be interesting is to see like what colors these babies are, mostly because I mean, I know the majority of these eggs are Toast and Munchkin, so that means that Maple is probably the father of all of these babies, so they'll come out looking mostly like Donut. But I'm hoping to get one that looks like the female version of Maple, which is like white with some black and brown flecks kind of thrown in there. I do like the ideas of peanut butter, jam, jelly to go with avocado toast babies. All just different things that can go on toast. Maybe a cream cheese. Yeah, Munchkin and Toast do be sister wives. Croissant is a cute name. I also like cheese. What inspired you to get ducks? So I actually got my first ducks as a gift when I was 5 years old for my birthday. So I've kind of just like always been obsessed with ducks, at least for as long as I can remember. And then there was another good question I saw. Can you put call ducks with a large breed like Rowans? I do not recommend it. I know there are people that do that, but I tried it once. It ended very poorly. The large sized ducks would basically trample the smaller ones during mating season. It was absolutely terrible. I had to separate them, but the bigger ducks would like fly over the fence to get to the smaller ones, and it was just a mess. So I don't think I'll ever be doing that again. If I end up getting like another enclosure so I can keep them separated, I would love to have runner ducks, maybe some khaki Campbells. But for now, I will stick with just bantam ducks. So I can get buff colored call ducks, but I would not be able to put a buff duck in with my miniature ducks. And someone asked, how old is Munchkin? Munchkin is 6. She turned 6 on May 8th. Poppy, Pearl, and Patty Rick. I love that. I think there's actually someone, Savannah is her name, on TikTok who has emus named after SpongeBob characters. So one of them is Patrick, and then, gosh, now I can't remember, but they're really cute. Sleepy little baby. It's so cute how they like flop around, and then they just take a nap, and then they wake up and flop around again, and then they take another nap. How warm is the incubator? So it should be about 98.5 degrees right now. The thermometer on top says that it is exactly 98.5. The one inside says that it's 97 degrees. So probably somewhere in between there. Cheep, cheep, cheep. So cute. Cheep so your friends wake up. Those little tiny call duck bills are so cute. How long do they need to stay in the incubator after hatching? So once they get fluffy, like their feathers aren't wet anymore, I can bring them outside of the incubator, but I have to wait until all of them hatch, because if I were to open this, all of the humidity would escape, and duck eggs need a lot of humidity in order to be able to hatch successfully. So we definitely don't want to release the humidity, so we gotta wait for them all to hatch. But they actually can stay in the incubator for up to 3 days once the first one hatches, because they can survive for 3 days just off of absorbing the yolk sac, which is what they do right before they hatch. Can you trim a duck's nails? You absolutely can, but most of the time it's not necessary, because like since they live outdoors, they're kind of wearing them down naturally as they forage for bugs and do all that stuff. Ducklings, their nails, obviously, since they like if they live indoors in a brooder, they tend to get really sharp. So in that case, you might want to, but because they're like so little and fragile and you definitely don't want to accidentally quick them, personally, I don't clip my ducklings' nails. So we can't actually see it right now. I just had to stand up and look, but the other side of this egg has started to get cracks in it too, so it's definitely coming along. How many eggs do they lay a year? So these are a miniature breed, so they only lay between 50 and 100 eggs each per year, and I have 6 females, so I probably get around 300-ish eggs per year. What do I use to trim duck's nails? So I actually got like a little, it's literally called a bird nail trimmer, but it has a light on it so I can see the quick to make things, you know, simple so I don't accidentally cut the quick and make them bleed. Do call ducks have issues with hatching because of their size? So a show quality call duck that is bred to be extremely, extremely tiny, like say Sugar, would probably have a difficult time hatching. My ducklings, I have never had a problem with them hatching because they're pet quality, so they're just a little bit bigger and big enough to be able to handle things on their own. Personally, I don't really like to, you know, breed animals that can't hatch naturally. Seems a little weird to me to do that, but, you know, to each their own. This little baby is just so cute. That egg just pecked again. You have so much to say. You're so cute. Yeah, you gotta get nice and fluffy and then I can hold you. Well, and you gotta encourage your friend over there to hatch. Is Sugar angry because she is a show quality duck? So like technically Sugar is not show quality because she grew black spots on her bill, which is totally normal. That happens as ducks get older. But yes, that is exactly why she's angry. Her life is a lot harder because she was bred to be so extremely small. It's just like too extreme, if you know what I mean. Like her neck is short, so she can't preen all of her feathers. She can't always reach her oil gland. She gets picked on. Temperature changes are harder for her. Like her life is hard because she's so tiny, and it's just not, it's not natural for these animals to be that small. And it's kind of terrible what selective breeding can do. And I mean, selective breeding does a lot. Like, all domesticated ducks, with the exception of Muscovy ducks, originated from wild mallard ducks. So we have so many different kinds and colors and breeds of ducks that are all very unique and different, but they all originated from the mallard duck. So even like big white Pekin ducks came from mallard ducks. So if you go breed them to be like way too big, like jumbo Pekin ducks, they can get issues like arthritis and have trouble walking and things like that. And if you breed them to be too small, they have issues like Sugar has. I can't believe, did that one just roll its friend all the way over there? Girl, she's trying to hatch. You can't just roll her like that. All right, well that egg right there, it's gonna be hatching very soon. Because I don't know if you can totally tell, but it's about halfway through zipping. So once it gets that cap almost all the way off, it's going to pop right out. Are you able to tell the gender of a duck once they hatch? So unfortunately, I can't tell when they like first hatch. So there's a couple different options. You can wait until they grow a drake curl feather. You can wait until they have like a voice, and tell the voice difference. Or you could get them DNA tested. So that second baby is probably gonna hatch very soon, which is super exciting. Is that duckling helping the others hatch? So yes, absolutely it is. So once the first duckling in a batch happens, even out in nature, it kind of waddles around and disturbs things, and it chirps, and it encourages the other ducklings to hatch. The hatched one, name it Sonic. That's actually a really good idea because this one was developing way faster than the other eggs. So I took a video every single day of candling the ducklings to like track their development, and so I could, you know, make a video and show you guys. And it was like this duckling literally looked like it was like 2 or 3 days ahead of all of the other ones, which I thought it was going to hatch before the other ones, and obviously I can see now that they're all going to hatch on the same day, but I really thought it was going to hatch earlier. If there wasn't other eggs in there, could you hold the duckling while it's wet? So I technically could, but I wouldn't really recommend it. It's best to just let them, you know, be on their own for a little bit, get warmed up, adjust to the temperature in there, get used to the way that their body moves, that kind of thing. So someone said you can manually check to see the sex of them when they're ducklings, and that is true for chicks and most other duck breeds, but with bantam duck breeds, it's almost, like, it's incredibly dangerous to do, even more so than on chicks or full-size ducklings, so I don't really recommend doing it, especially if you're not a trained professional, because you can definitely damage them, and I would not want to do that. Would I ever consider getting another type of duck? So I would definitely love to get runner ducks, but I can't put them in, like, with my bantam-sized ducks because they're 2 different size groups, and that doesn't typically end well. But as far as bantam-sized ducks go, I would like to get mini silver appleyards, but that's definitely something for the future, not right now. Oh, there she goes, making more little pecks. Oh, it has an itch. So cute. Pecking, more pecking. Yes, so the females of this batch will be integrated into my flock. The eggshell in the back is actually the shell that this little duckling came out of. But this one, I mean, it's of course in the perfect angle where, like, we can't see it. But she's at least halfway through zipping out of that egg. And I'm not sure what I'm going to name them yet. So I'm not going to add them immediately. I'm going to wait until they're older because, well, in my own personal experience, my ducks are terrible parents. And they're also not broody right now, so they probably aren't going to like their children anyway. Someone asked, why don't I get mandarins? So mandarins are not a domesticated breed of duck, so they have different requirements than ducks like mine. And I don't really consider myself an expert in mandarin ducks. I would have to do a lot more research, and I'd have to set up a completely separate pen for them. They're not going to be, you know, super friendly like my ducks are because they're not domesticated. They can be captive bred, of course, but it's just kind of different. And although they are absolutely stunning, I don't know if I would ever own them just because they're very different. And I like having things nice and seamless. So the others actually are hatching. This one is in the middle of zipping, so it should come out probably within the next 20 minutes. And then this one, it pipped, which is just the first initial crack in the egg, but it did pip on the wrong side. So that could be a problem, but we just got to give it time and see what happens. Is there bird flu here? So yes and no. It was really bad last year. I don't think it's as bad this year. My state isn't allowing like fairs or anything, but the surrounding states are all totally cool with like fairs and poultry swaps and stuff happening. So we're doing pretty good over here in the US as far as good as we can, I guess. Whose babies are they? So I think this one that already hatched is Toast's baby, and Maple's probably the dad. And then this one that's hatching could be Toast's baby, could be Munchkin's baby. I'm not 100% sure. What am I going to do with the males? So the males will be rehomed to bachelor flocks. A bachelor flock is a flock that doesn't have any females, so you don't have to worry about like them being mean to the females during mating season. Are you the type of breeder that does survival of the fittest, where if a baby fails to pip in a certain amount of time, you just assume they died, or will you help them out after a certain time? So for me, that completely depends on the situation. I learned from a very young age that ducks will throw their eggs out of the nest, and they tend to do that if there's something wrong with them. And so I had a duck, and she had hatched eggs. And one of them kept getting thrown out of the nest, and I kept putting it back in, and I was like, it's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with this duckling that's hatching. Like, take it back, mother duck. And so it ended up hatching. She kept throwing it out of the nest. And it turned out that the duck was born without a... I'm trying to think of what word I can use that won't get me in trouble on YouTube. The duck was born without... the duck was born without a vent, which is where the poop and the eggs come out. So... obviously, it can't survive without a vent, and the mother knew something was wrong with it, and that's why it kept throwing it out of the nest. And if I had known that, it would have been more fair to just let it, pass naturally, but instead, I kept putting it back under the mother because I thought it was fine. So I do recognize that sometimes eggs just aren't meant to hatch, and if they're not hatching properly, it's probably for a reason. But in a case like this one, it could be totally fine. It just pipped on the wrong end of the egg. So it might be able to hatch on its own. It might not be able to hatch on its own. I don't know yet. I need to give it more time. And in addition to that, it's kind of tricky because when you do help a duck out of an egg, the chances of harming it more so than helping it are really high. Because first of all, as soon as you open the incubator, the humidity drops, which is very bad, and it can cause the duckling to become shrink-wrapped into its eggshell, and you definitely don't want to deal with that. But also, it may not have absorbed its blood and egg yolk yet, and in that case, if you take it out of the egg too early, that would be very bad. So if I were to help this duck egg, which I'm not saying I'm going to because I don't know, I would just make a very small, bigger hole to kind of see what it can do on its own. I definitely would not go in and fully open it or anything like that. How long does it take a duck to hatch? So from the time it pips internally, so inside of the egg it pips into the air cell, to the time it actually comes out can be up to 72 hours. But once it pips, makes an external crack in the shell, it's usually about 24 hours. So a pip is when they just make one singular hole with their egg tooth in the shell. And that's like their first breath of outside air. And then when they zip, like that duck egg right there is zipping right now, it's making a circular formation and pipping, like poking holes in a circular formation so it can kind of make a cap on the shell and then push that cap off and hatch. Has an animal ever hurt one of your ducks? And if so, what animal was it? So we live in an area with a lot of natural predators, like foxes, coyotes, fisher cats, minks, weasels, rats, skunks, possums, bears, you name it. We have it. So I have definitely lost birds to predators, but that was years ago, and now my ducks stay in a very much Fort Knox pen, so I haven't lost any birds ever since integrating them into their pen, of course. Knock on wood, though. That baby is moving. Is a round duck a domesticated duck? Yes, they are. What happens to the egg tooth when a duck grows? So it actually just falls out, usually pretty quickly after they hatch. This little baby is so cute, and pretty soon it's gonna have a sibling. I can't wait to see what color the sibling is. I feel like 90% of my ducks hatch, and they're always the same color. They just look like donut, so it's probably gonna look just like this one. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be different. So this duckling is absolutely not hungry or thirsty. They actually can survive just off of their egg yolk for the first 3 days of their life. Which an egg yolk has all the nutrients that they need for those first few days. So nothing to worry about here. Okay, we are making a severe progress. I just saw another little hole be cracked at the top of that egg, so it only has like a centimeter left before it's gonna pop that. Oh, it's happening right now. Okay. That egg is hatching. Okay, exciting things are happening. Yay! Oh, it's jumping for joy because its friend is coming. How? Oh, it's so cute. It's a pied baby. Guys, it's pied. Oh, I love pied ducklings. Let me move you guys just a little bit so you can get a better view. Look at that baby. I'm sorry for talking so ridiculous, but it's so cute. Hi, baby. Welcome to the Dunkin' Ducks. What does pied mean? So pied is a color variation. If any of you guys have been around long enough to have known about my duck, Duncan, she was pied color. It kind of looks like black with white spots, but pied can be gray with white spots or brown with white spots. So, like, that duckling that just hatched is considered pied, and then this one in the front is considered gray. And it's so weird that they call it gray because the color is actually brown, but brown is called gray. So, I don't know who came up with that, but that's how it works. That baby is so cute. Oh, I love it. All right, guys, I need to text Duck Dad and tell him that we have another child. Let me take its picture. I really hope the pied duck is a girl. I really, really hope it is. So when they're babies, the only way to check if they're a male or female is vent sexing, but that's really hard to do with this specific breed because they're so tiny. So I don't know yet, but I will find out hopefully soon. Whose baby do I think this one is? I would be willing to bet that this is Munchkin's baby because Munchkin's father was a pied duck, so I know she carries the pied gene. And Munchkin has had pied babies before, so I'm willing to go out on a limb and say this is her kid. Are you guys friends? Hi, sweet babies. That one came out so fast. Like the other one was like taking its time, you know, coming out little bit by little bit. This one was just like, okay, I got the cap on my egg and now I'm coming out. So this last egg, I really don't have a good idea on when it was, or when it will hatch, to be honest with you guys, because it is pipped on the wrong end of the egg, which makes things a little bit more difficult for it to hatch. Someone asked why you hear water in the background. That is my fish tank running. They're so cute. Siblings sharing a sponge. And if you're wondering why there's a sponge in there, it's to help raise the humidity. When I put it in, it was soaking wet, but now, obviously, it's dry. Do I think this egg is a dud? I don't think it's a dud. Normally, if like something is wrong with an egg, it either won't hatch at all, or it just won't have the strength to like break open its shell. This one, it's kind of like a breech baby. It's just backwards. Yes, Duncan was pied. Sleeping on the sponge, that is, it's so cute. And someone asked earlier, but I forgot to answer, but yes, I will absolutely be putting pictures up on my community tab page because I am getting so many cute little shots of these sweet little babies. What happens if you get a mallard duck? So the parents of these ducks were just call ducks, so I won't be getting any mallards, but this one on the right is probably going to be mallard colored. I don't mean to block your view, but I would like to get videos of these two cute little babies. They're so cute. What type of ducks are these? These are call ducks. So cute when they're fresh out of the eggs. Yeah, roll those eggshells around. Have I thought about getting geese? Yes, I have. I can't right now, because I definitely need my own place for that, but as of right now, I definitely consider it. Yeah, get on that sponge, baby. Oh, it's so cute laying on the sponge. Okay, not on the sponge long enough. I wanted to grab a picture of it like that, but that's okay. I do not sell baby ducks. Yes, the second one did hatch. It's kind of difficult to see right here, but it's behind the first one. Little buddies. They're so cute. I love that they're cuddling. Like, that's just, it's so cute. Okay, they're moving. You know, they're so lucky they don't have to pay rent. Good for them, though. This is a Nurture Right 360 incubator. I do think Waffle is a very cute name. I'm keeping that one in the idea book. Oh my goodness, everybody's saying duck. Yes. So if in the instance that I did have to help an egg hatch, which I really don't recommend doing, and only in certain circumstances would I do that, you can take the incubator into the bathroom, run a warm shower, a humidifier, get everything super hot, super humid, so that you reduce the chance of them getting shrink wrapped when you help them. But it's, again, a difficult thing, and I don't know if I would ever do it. I don't know. Like this one, I feel like it's not necessarily something wrong with it. It's just hatching on the wrong end. But I mean, it's probably gonna be fine. Probably, hopefully. It just needs some more time. Plus, like, we're only on day 26 right now, which is normal for call ducks to hatch on day 26. But it could also take a little bit longer because it's got extra work to do hatching out of the wrong end. I do think Crust is a really adorable name, too. This is so cute. I'm just so in love. Which one of my ducks laid those eggs? So I believe this one is one of Toast's babies, and that one is one of Munchkin's babies. Okay, she on the move. Oh my goodness. So many chirps. I can't wait for them to get fluffy. Yeah, buddy, encourage your friend to hatch. Tell him the life is great out here. How do the ducklings fit inside of the eggs? They are so crammed in there the day they hatch that they are practically popping out. And in the end, they do kind of pop out. They're so cute. I love them so much. Pip or Pippin, those are cute names. Someone said they have a duck named Duct Tape. That's really cute. Jellybean is definitely a cute name as well. And like, since these ducks are so miniature, I love giving them like small little cute names like Munchkin. Paprika is cute. At one point, I think it might have been Duck Dad, I can't remember, said we should name a duck Everything Bagel Seasoning because I love Everything Bagel Seasoning. But that's a bit of a long name, to be honest. So thank you so much for sending the gift. I really, really appreciate that so much. I am just so grateful that I have the ability to share such amazing moments like this with you guys. Like, it's a beautiful thing. And, you know, not everybody gets to see ducks hatch. So I'm really glad that I can share this with all of you guys. And just thank you so much for all being here. Yes, Munchkin did have 2 ducklings that were named Salt and Pepper, which live with my friends in New York. So I do get to see them maybe once a year, but they're doing absolutely amazing. They both ended up being girls, and they're so cute. Which is also why I really want a duck to hatch that looks like Salt, because Salt is so cute. So someone is asking, the back of their duck's foot nail is chipped, but the other one is fine. So I'm not totally sure like what you mean by that, but like ducks are ducks, you know, they live outdoors, so it's not that uncommon for them to get injuries on like their toes or their back nail or the dew claw. Some of my ducks like almost barely have a dew claw left because they've just kind of got it nicked on something. And it was never really a big deal. If it's like actively bleeding, obviously that is a problem. But I never even noticed when like those injuries really happened because they kind of healed up super fast. We have a lot of all hail ducks going on. They're so cute. Well, I introduced the ducks to their parents, so they're probably not going to meet until these guys are about a month old and they're fully feathered. Where can you find call ducks? So typically I would try looking up I cannot say this, Poultry Show Central. And that's a website that tells you about all of the local poultry shows in your area. And you can go to one of those and meet local breeders and local people that, you know, own call ducks and see if there's anywhere local where you can buy them, because they're not a breed that's commonly found in like duck hatcheries and that kind of thing. So they're a little bit more difficult to come by. So most of the time if you're getting call ducks, they have to come from a private breeder. So finding a local breeder is definitely a good option. So someone said their duck's neck is messed up and they took it to the vet and they're giving it medicine, but they haven't seen any improvements. Honestly, I would just call the vet back and let them know what's going on and get a professional opinion on that. I don't really like to give duck medical advice just because, like, I'm not a vet, and luckily we have vets who have gone through a lot of training to learn about when to make the right call and what exactly to do with ducklings. And I know, you know, for a lot of farmers and stuff, they can't necessarily either afford to take their ducks to a vet, or there just isn't duck vets around because they are kind of hard to come by. So it's definitely difficult, and I like to help where I can, but I would definitely recommend for you to just call your vet back and see what they have to say. Can a duck that pips on the wrong side attempt to flip and pip on the right side? So most of the time, because I was like Googling this a lot last night, they will end up hatching on the wrong side, because like when they get into this hatching process, about 1/3 of that eggshell is actually just airspace. Like the duck is not even taking up the entire eggshell, which is crazy because like they fit in such a small space, but they're not even taking up the entire egg because most of it is the air cell. So it would be really hard for them to be able to move around at that point. I'm not saying it's impossible. It may have happened before, but I haven't heard of it in what I've been researching. I do think Boba is a cute name too. My friend actually has a cat named Boba. Yes, I will definitely be posting updates about the ducks on YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Instagram and everywhere where I post about ducks. Egg roll is definitely a cute name. Why can't you find a lot of ducks hatching in a park? So for the most part, like wild mallard ducks only have one clutch of eggs per year. So you're not really going to see them. Plus, they also like to stay hidden. They don't like just have their nests out in the open. And once they do hatch their babies, they try to protect them, so they don't want to be around humans. Oh, Pebble would be cute. Zip and Pip would be cute names. So this eggshell is moving, but it's actually just because the duckling right there is moving it. The only one that hasn't hatched yet is this one over here. And that third egg has not made any progress so far. It just has the external pip, and that's it. So just so we're all on the same page here, that egg, I mean, it hasn't made any more progress. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. It is pipped on the wrong side of the egg, but that doesn't mean it's not going to hatch. But I'm just making sure we're all on the same page that it's probably going to be a while before it hatches because it hasn't made any, like, progress. So just letting you know. I will save this live, of course, and it'll be posted. So if you miss it, don't worry about that. It'll be posted later. But I actually, so right now is the fair going on for us here, and I'm actually in charge of running the 4-H chicken barn. I'm one of the leaders there, so I have to like go to the fair every single day and make sure all the birds are doing good and that kind of thing. So I can't unfortunately sit here all day and watch this, but I can keep the live on so that if you guys would like to keep watching and keep an eye on these little babies and their eggs for me, you're totally welcome to do that. But I think I'm going to go get started getting ready to go to the fair, and I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you all enjoyed coming to this live and getting to watch these ducklings hatch. Have a quacktastic day, guys!